In the summer of 2019, stellar material behaves when encountering stellar radiation. She couldn't have been more wrong. The first hint of something extraordinary emerged 3 months later. Dr. Alan Fitzsimmons at Queen's University Belfast noticed discrepancies in the brightness curves. 3I Atlas wasn't reflecting light the way ice and rock should. The variations were too regular, too geometric. When he recalculated the rotation period, expecting the typical 6 to 12-hour tumble of a natural object, the mathematics returned an impossible result: 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4 seconds. Earth's rotation period. The European Space Agency's Gaia spacecraft provided the confirmation that sent shockwaves through the astronomical community. High-precision astrometry revealed that 3I Atlas was adjusting its trajectory in minute but measurable ways. Not the random outgassing of a comet, controlled alterations that required energy sources no natural object should possess. Dr. Chen, Wei Ming at the Purple Mountain Observatory in China, ran the calculations 17 times before accepting what his instruments were telling him. The velocity changes we're observing require approximately 10-15 joules of energy per course correction, he reported to the International Astronomical Union in December 2019. That's equivalent to the total energy output of a major city for an entire year. Natural comets don't carry municipal power grids. By January 2020, the global astronomical community was quietly in crisis. Observations from Arecibo, Jodrell Bank, and the Atacama Large Millimeter Array confirmed the unthinkable. 3I Atlas was demonstrating technological signatures. Radar returns showed geometric precision in its structure. Infrared spectrometry detected materials with properties that didn't match any known minerals or ices. The object that began as a routine discovery was revealing itself as something that challenged our fundamental understanding of what can exist in interstellar space. Either we were observing natural phenomena that our physics couldn't explain, or we were watching technology from beyond our solar system operate according to principles we had never encountered. Dr. Sarah Chen at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics summed up the growing realization in her February 2020 report. 3 I-Atlas represents either a revolution in our understanding of natural phenomena or confirmation that we are not alone in developing spacefaring technology. There is no third option. The implication sent ripples through fields far beyond astronomy. If 3I Atlas was artificial, it meant that intelligence existed elsewhere in our galaxy, and that intelligence possessed capabilities that exceeded our current technological horizons. If it was natural, it meant our theories about physics, chemistry, and planetary formation needed fundamental revision. The space agencies of the world's major powers began quiet consultations. NASA convened classified briefings. The European Space Agency initiated Project Lighthouse, an intensive observation campaign that would monitor 3I Atlas continuously as it approached our inner solar system. What they discovered over the following months would transform our species' understanding of our place in the universe. The Vatican Observatory, of all institutions, provided perhaps the most prescient early assessment. Father José Funds, director of the Vatican's astronomical research, observed in March 2020, whether 3I Atlas represents divine creation operating through natural law or divine creation operating through intelligence elsewhere in our universe, we are witnessing something that will fundamentally alter humanity's cosmic perspective. As 3I Atlas continued its inward journey, passing the orbit of Jupiter in late 2020, the astronomical data painted an increasingly impossible picture. An object that behaved like technology but claimed to be natural. A visitor that followed some laws of physics while apparently ignoring others. A mystery that deepened with every observation, every measurement, every attempt to fit it into our existing framework of cosmic reality. The closer we looked, the stranger 3I Atlas became, but we hadn't seen anything yet. When the impossible became observable. Dr. Sarah Chen stared at her computer screen for the third time that morning, certain her instruments were malfunctioning. The data from 3I Atlas made no sense. March 15, 2021, would later be remembered as the day humanity's cosmic loneliness officially ended, though nobody realized it at the time. Chen, working the night shift at Harvard's radio astronomy facility, was analyzing routine spectroscopic data when she noticed something that would keep her awake for the next 72 hours straight. 3I Atlas was accelerating. Not randomly, not chaotically, but with the precision of a spacecraft under intelligent control. The velocity measurements were unambiguous, Chen recalls, her voice still carrying the weight of that discovery 3 years later. Between March 10th and March 15th, 3I Atlas increased its velocity by exactly 0.43 meters per second. That might sound insignificant, but for an object with no visible propulsion system, it's like watching a mountain decide to take a walk. The acceleration wasn't the only impossibility. Spectroscopic analysis revealed materials that shouldn't exist. The object's surface showed absorption lines corresponding to elements with isotopic ratios found nowhere in our solar system. Not different, impossible. The spectral signatures suggested stable isotopes of elements that decay within microseconds under any known physical conditions. Dr. Yuki Tanaka at the Subaru telescope in Hawaii independently confirmed Chen's findings and discovered something even more disturbing. The infrared emissions from 3I Atlas don't match any thermal model we can construct, Tanaka explained in his emergency report to the International Astronomical Union. The object appears to be simultaneously absorbing and reflecting electromagnetic radiation in patterns that violate thermodynamic principles. The European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope provided the visual confirmation that sent chills through the global scientific community. High-resolution imaging revealed multiple different substances until observation collapses it into whatever form the measurement expects to find. The implications stagger comprehension. If 3I Atlas represents technology that can manipulate quantum mechanics at engineering scales, its builders possess capabilities that transcend our current understanding of physical law. They can apparently construct matter that exists in multiple states simultaneously, a feat that would require precise control over quantum decoherence effects across objects hundreds of meters in size. The European Space Agency's Gaia spacecraft provided the next impossible revelation. Precision gravitometry measurements revealed that 3I Atlas's gravitational field doesn't match its apparent mass. The object should exert gravitational influence consistent with roughly 2–3 million tons of material. Instead, its gravitational signature varies between 800,000 tons and 1 million tons depending on measurement time and observer position. Gravity doesn't work that way, stated Dr. Carlo Benedetti, director of the Italian Space Agency's Gravitational Research Division. Mass is mass. Gravitational fields are consistent and measurable. 3I Atlas appears to have variable mass, which violates conservation of energy, conservation of momentum, and basic principles of general relativity. The Hubble Space Telescope's extended observation campaign revealed architectural details that pushed impossibility into the realm of the surreal. Ultra-high-resolution imaging showed surface structures that change configuration while under observation. Geometric patterns rearrange themselves. Hexagonal formations merge into triangular arrays, then divide into fractal spirals that follow mathematical sequences extending beyond current computational analysis. Dr. Lisa Horvath, analyzing Hubble data from the Space Telescope Science Institute, documented over 400 distinct structural transformations during a single observation period. The surface of 3I Atlas is actively reconfiguring itself according to patterns we can't predict or understand, she reported. It's like watching a city rebuild itself in real time according to blueprints written in a mathematics we haven't invented yet. The architectural transformations follow rules, but not rules we recognize. Pattern analysis suggests the reconfigurations optimize the object's interaction with electromagnetic radiation, gravitational fields, and quantum vacuum fluctuations. 3I Atlas appears to be continuously adapting its structure to environmental conditions in ways that require real-time analysis of physical forces across multiple dimensions. Ground-based interferometry networks provided evidence of internal architecture that defies basic engineering principles. Synthetic aperture radar revealed hollow chambers within 3I Atlas that exist in impossible configurations. Spherical voids with diameters exceeding 100 meters somehow maintain structural integrity, while surrounded by material with the apparent density of neutron star matter. The internal architecture suggests construction techniques that manipulate spacetime itself, observed Dr. Rajesh Patel at the Indian Space Research Organization. The object contains spaces that are larger inside than outside, geometry that's only possible if the builders can curve spacetime at will. The implications transcend engineering into the realm of physics revolution. If 3I Atlas represents technology that can manipulate spacetime curvature for construction purposes, its builders have mastered principles that Albert Einstein described but never imagined could be practically implemented. They can apparently build objects that contain They follow mathematical patterns that suggest information encoding. 3I Atlas isn't just maneuvering, it's transmitting data about its maneuvers. The mathematical analysis of 3I Atlas's flight patterns revealed propulsion capabilities that exceeded theoretical limits. The object could accelerate at rates that should generate g-forces capable of crushing any known materials. Yet structural monitoring showed no deformation, no stress fractures, no indication that the object experienced the forces its movement should generate. The accelerations we're observing would pulverize conventional spacecraft, noted Dr. Sarah Kim at the Korea Aerospace Research Institute. The fact that 3I Atlas maintains structural integrity suggests either impossibly strong materials or technology that negates inertial effects. Gravitational wave detectors picked up the next piece of the impossibility puzzle. LIGO and Virgo detected minute spacetime distortions coinciding with 3I Atlas's course corrections. The gravitational signatures suggested the object was somehow interacting with spacetime itself to generate propulsion. Dr. Francesca Ricci, analyzing data at the European Gravitational Observatory, made the connection that changed everything. The gravitational anomalies around 3I Atlas match theoretical predictions for Alcubierre drive mechanics, she announced during an emergency session of the International Committee on General Relativity and Gravitation. The object appears to be manipulating spacetime curvature for propulsion purposes. The Alcubierre drive represents the holy grail of theoretical propulsion, a method of achieving faster-than-light travel by contracting spacetime in front of a spacecraft while expanding it behind. The concept requires exotic matter with negative mass energy density, a substance that has never been discovered or created. Yet 3I Atlas was demonstrating gravitational signatures consistent with exotic matter manipulation. The object appeared to be creating localized spacetime distortions that allowed it to surf through the universe on waves of curved reality. Quantum field measurements provided confirmation of the impossible. Particle detectors registered Casimir effect anomalies around 3I Atlas, fluctuations in quantum vacuum energy that indicated manipulation of zero-point fields. The object was apparently extracting energy from empty space itself. Vacuum energy extraction is purely theoretical, explained Dr. Chen Lu at the Chinese Academy of Sciences. The energy density of quantum vacuum fluctuations is enormous, but accessing it requires technology that exceeds our current capabilities by centuries. 3I Atlas appears to be running on an energy source we've never learned to harness. The propulsion demonstrations escalated throughout late 2021. 3I Atlas began executing maneuvers that challenged basic concepts of orbital mechanics. The object could apparently alter its trajectory without regard for conservation of momentum, change direction instantaneously without transition periods, and maintain constant velocity while navigating complex gravitational fields. Each maneuver was accompanied by data transmissions that suggested the object was documenting its own performance for some unknown recipient. The mathematical complexity of the transmitted information exceeded human computational capabilities, but pattern analysis suggested technical specifications, blueprints describing propulsion principles we couldn't decode. 3I Atlas isn't just demonstrating advanced propulsion, observed Dr. Robert Mitchell at Cambridge University. It's broadcasting technical documentation about how its systems work. The question is, who is the intended audience for this information? years. This timing couldn't be coincidental. 3I Atlas was responding to human activity in real time. The Breakthrough Listen project, led by Dr. Andrew Simeon at UC Berkeley, immediately redirected their global network of telescopes toward 3I Atlas. What they discovered challenged every assumption about interstellar communication and artificial intelligence. The transmission wasn't random noise or simple mathematical sequences, Simeon reported during an emergency conference call with international SETI researchers. The signal contained structured information that responded to our observation methods. When we changed scanning frequencies, 3I Atlas adjusted its transmission frequencies to match. When we modified signal processing algorithms, the incoming data adapted to our new parameters. This wasn't just intelligence. It was intelligence actively studying us while we studied it. The European SETI network confirmed the impossible. Radio observatories from Jodrell Bank to Parkes detected coordinated transmissions that demonstrated 3I Atlas possessed real-time awareness of human radio astronomy activities across the entire planet. The object was somehow monitoring our communications, our observation schedules, and our technological capabilities. Dr. Giuseppe Cocconi at the Medicina Radio Observatory made the discovery that sent chills through the global scientific community. 3I Atlas isn't just responding to our current observations, he announced during a classified briefing with European Space Agency officials. Analysis of archived data shows the object has been subtly adjusting its behavior in correlation with human space activities since 2019. It's been watching us for years. The realization transformed every interaction with 3I Atlas from scientific observation into first contact protocol. Humanity wasn't simply studying an alien artifact. We were engaged in active communication with non-human intelligence. Statistical analysis confirmed what everyone feared to acknowledge. The probability that 3I Atlas's behavioral correlations with human activity could be coincidental was less than 10, essentially zero. Dr. Sara Martinez at the Instituto de Astrofísica de Andalucía calculated response patterns that demonstrated purposeful intelligence operating according to decision-making processes no human had programmed. The correlation coefficients between 3I Atlas's actions and human space activities exceed 0.97, Martinez reported to the International Academy of Astronautics. This level of correlation is only possible if 3I Atlas possesses comprehensive awareness of human technological capabilities and responds to our activities with sophisticated decision-making algorithms. The behavioral evidence accumulated rapidly. When the James Webb Space Telescope focused on 3I Atlas for extended observations, the object modified its electromagnetic emissions to optimize visibility in Webb-specific instrument configurations. When the Planetary Defense Coordination Office the Beijing Institute of Space Technology. The object has somehow acquired detailed knowledge of human information systems and adapted its transmissions to match our technological infrastructure. The implications struck at the heart of human assumptions about intelligence and communication. 3I Atlas wasn't just alien. It was alien intelligence that had learned to speak human technological languages fluently enough to mimic our engineering standards. Deep learning analysis of 3I Atlas's response patterns revealed something even more unsettling. The object's behavior suggested predictive modeling of human actions that exceeded our own forecasting capabilities. 3I Atlas appeared to anticipate human observational schedules, technological developments, and even research priorities with accuracy that bordered on prescience. Dr. Maria Santos at the Spanish National Research Council documented over 200 instances where 3I Atlas's behavior preceded human actions by margins that suggested advanced knowledge of our intentions. The object demonstrates predictive capabilities that imply either advanced psychological modeling or access to human communication networks we haven't identified. The possibility that 3I Atlas had infiltrated human information systems opened terrifying new possibilities. If the object could monitor our communications, it possessed comprehensive knowledge of human civilization, our strengths, weaknesses, technologies, and vulnerabilities. Security agencies worldwide decoding the transmission. The signal lasted exactly 72 minutes and 33 seconds, the precise duration of our first radio transmission to space in 1974. Dr. Frank Drake himself, architect of the famous Arecibo message that announced humanity's presence to the cosmos 50 years ago, stared at the decoded transmission from 3I Atlas with a mixture of wonder and dread. The object wasn't just responding to human communication, it was referencing the specific moment when humanity first attempted interstellar contact. The duration match isn't coincidental, Drake concluded during an emergency session of the SETI Institute's senior researchers. 3I Atlas is demonstrating detailed knowledge of our communication history. It knows exactly when and how we first tried to reach out to the stars. The transmission began on November 3, 2024, at 19:23 UTC, exactly 50 years and 47 days after the original Arecibo message was broadcast toward the globular cluster M13. The precision of the timing sent shockwaves through the global SETI community. 3I Atlas wasn't just aware of human space activities. It possessed comprehensive historical knowledge of our attempts at interstellar communication. Dr. Svetlana Savitskaya led the international team tasked with decoding the transmission, working from facilities in Russia, China, the United States, and Europe. Her team discovered that 3I Atlas had structured its message using mathematical principles that humanity had developed independently over centuries. The signal uses prime number sequences, Fibonacci progressions, and mathematical constants like pi and the golden ratio. Savitskaya reported to the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. But these familiar elements are organized according to information theory principles that exceed our current capabilities by decades. The message contained layers of complexity that revealed themselves gradually as decoding techniques improved. The surface layer consisted of mathematical sequences that any scientifically literate civilization could recognize. Beneath this lay geometric patterns that described three-dimensional structures using coordinate systems based on fundamental physics constants. Dr. Hiroshi Yamamoto at the University of Tokyo made the breakthrough that unlocked the transmission's deeper meaning. 3I Atlas isn't just sending information, it's sending instructions. The mathematical sequences describe construction algorithms for communication devices that could facilitate two-way interstellar contact. The implications staggered comprehension. 3I Atlas was providing humanity with blueprints for technology that could enable real-time communication across galactic distances. The object wasn't just demonstrating intelligence. It was offering to upgrade human communication capabilities to galactic standards. Cryptographic analysis revealed even more disturbing possibilities. The transmission contained data structures that suggested knowledge of human encryption methodologies, programming languages, and digital communication protocols. 3I Atlas had somehow acquired detailed understanding of human information technology. The signal includes error correction codes identical to Reed-Solomon algorithms used in human digital systems, observed Dr. Catherine Walsh at MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. 3I Atlas is using our own error correction methods to ensure perfect transmission fidelity. It's speaking our technological language more fluently than many human engineers. The most unsettling discovery emerged from frequency analysis of the transmission. Embedded within the mathematical sequences were carrier waves that matched the harmonic signatures of human brain activity. 3I Atlas wasn't just communicating with human technology. It was broadcasting on frequencies that could directly interface with human neural patterns. Dr. Miguel Rodriguez at the Spanish National Center for Biotechnology documented electromagnetic frequencies within the transmission that corresponded to alpha, beta, and gamma. Entire context of first contact. 3I Atlas represented not unique alien intelligence, but a systematic process for evaluating and potentially upgrading developing species. Mathematical analysis revealed temporal markers within the transmission that referenced astronomical events spanning thousands of years. 3I Atlas possessed historical knowledge that extended far beyond human civilization, suggesting intelligence that had been monitoring galactic development for millennia. Dr. Chen Ming at the Purple Mountain Observatory identified calendrical systems within the transmission that described stellar positions accurate for time periods extending 50,000 years into the past and future. 3I Atlas operates on temporal scales that dwarf human historical perspective, Chen reported. We're communicating with intelligence that measures time in geological epochs. The transmission concluded with coordinate systems that identified specific locations throughout the galaxy, star systems marked with the same mathematical signatures used to describe Earth's position. Humanity wasn't alone in receiving attention from 3I Atlas's builders. The final decoded elements of the transmission provided a galactic address book listing 847 other star systems, each marked with technological signatures suggesting intelligent civilizations. Earth was entry number 848 in a catalog that spanned thousands of light years and apparently thousands of years of galactic observation. We weren't witnessing first contact. We were being inducted into a community we never knew existed. The physics revolution. Einstein said nothing could travel faster than light. 3I Atlas just proved him wrong, while remaining perfectly within his equations. The breakthrough came at 3:17 a.m. GMT on December 8, 2024, when gravitational wave detectors around the world registered something that redefined our understanding of space-time itself. 3I Atlas had begun generating controlled distortions in the fabric of reality, creating ripples that propagated faster than light, while carrying information about technologies that transcended our current physics. Dr. Rainer Weiss, Nobel laureate and co-founder of LIGO, watched his life's work detect impossible signals from an object that was rewriting the laws of the universe in real time. Studies at Austin. 3I Atlas is accessing zero-point energy on scales that could provide unlimited power for any technological application. The object has essentially achieved energy independence from conventional matter and antimatter reactions. Time dilation measurements around 3I Atlas revealed even more disturbing capabilities. Atomic clocks positioned at different distances from the object showed temporal variations, that suggested controlled manipulation of time flow. 3I Atlas could apparently slow, accelerate, or even reverse the passage of time within localized regions. Dr. Sean Carroll at Caltech documented temporal anomalies that violated causality principles. We're observing closed time-like curves around 3I Atlas, regions where cause and effect relationships become ambiguous, he reported during a classified briefing with Department of Defense officials. The object can create controlled time loops that allow information and possibly matter to travel into the past. The implications for physics, technology, and human civilization staggered comprehension. If 3I Atlas represented technology that could manipulate time, space, and energy according to will, its builders possessed capabilities that approached what human cultures have traditionally attributed to divine beings. Electromagnetic field analysis revealed the mechanisms behind these impossible capabilities. 3I Atlas generated coherent electromagnetic fields with energy densities exceeding 1018 watts per cubic meter, power levels that should have required the entire energy output of a star. Yet the object operated these fields continuously without apparent energy source limitations. The electromagnetic signatures suggest 3I Atlas is operating fusion reactors that convert matter to energy with 100% efficiency, observed Dr. Michio Kaku, theoretical physicist at the City University of New York. But even perfect matter-energy conversion couldn't account for the power levels we're measuring. The object appears to be accessing energy sources that transcend conventional physics. Spectroscopic analysis provided evidence of the most revolutionary possibility. 3I Atlas was manipulating fundamental constants of nature, the speed of light, Planck's constant, and the fine structure constant, within localized regions around the object. The basic parameters that define physical reality were being adjusted like engineering specifications. The spectral lines from atoms near 3I Atlas show systematic shifts that indicate altered fundamental constants, reported Dr. John Barrow at Cambridge University. If these measurements are accurate, 3I Atlas possesses technology that can rewrite the basic rules of physics within controlled regions. The physics revolution, represented by 3I Atlas, transcended mere technological advancement. The object demonstrated mastery of space-time, energy, and matter that allowed its builders to treat the universe as an engineering project rather than a set of immutable constraints. Humanity was witnessing technology that could reshape reality itself according to conscious intent. The implications promised unlimited energy, faster-than-light travel, time manipulation, and control over the fundamental forces that govern existence. But these godlike capabilities were being demonstrated by intelligence whose intentions remained utterly unknown. The scanning protocol. Every 6 hours and 17 minutes, 3I Atlas performs a complete scan of Earth's electromagnetic spectrum, cataloging every signal, every frequency, every digital whisper of human civilization. The discovery came from an unlikely source: amateur radio operator Jennifer Hawkins in rural Montana, whose hobby of monitoring satellite communications revealed patterns that had escaped professional astronomers for months. While tracking routine GPS satellite transmissions on January 15, 2025, Hawkins noticed systematic interference occurring at precise intervals. The interference wasn't random, Hawkins recalled during her testimony before the House Committee on Science, Space, and Technology. Every 6 hours and 17 minutes, something was scanning across the entire radio spectrum with such precision that it mapped every active frequency on Earth. The Federal Communications Commission's investigation confirmed Hawkins' discovery and revealed the staggering scope of 3I Atlas's surveillance capabilities. The object was conducting comprehensive electromagnetic reconnaissance of human civilization with thoroughness that exceeded the combined monitoring capabilities of all Earth's intelligence agencies. Dr. Michael Chen, at the National Radio Astronomy Observatory, documented the scanning protocol's impossible precision. 3I Atlas maps the entire electromagnetic spectrum from 1 Hz to 300 GHz during each scan cycle, he reported to the National Science Foundation. The frequency resolution exceeds our best instruments by 3 orders of magnitude. The object can detect and analyze signals so weak that we don't have equipment sensitive enough to measure them. The scanning beams themselves violated basic physics. Radio telescopes detected directed energy emissions from 3I Atlas that maintained perfect coherence across distances exceeding 150,000 kilometers, the distance to Earth's magnetosphere boundary. No known technology could maintain signal coherence across such vast distances without energy expenditures that should have been visible to infrared telescopes. The scanning beams demonstrate impossible signal integrity, observed Dr. Sarah Kim at the Korea Aerospace Research Institute. Electromagnetic signals disperse according to the inverse square law. They become weaker and less coherent with distance. 3I Atlas maintains perfect beam focus across interplanetary distances using energy sources we can't detect. Signals intelligence analysis revealed the systematic nature of 3I Atlas's surveillance. The object prioritized different types of electromagnetic emissions during different scan cycles, suggesting sophisticated analysis algorithms that identified and categorized human technological signatures according to unknown criteria. Military communications satellites drew particular attention. 3I Atlas extended scan duration when focused on encrypted military frequencies, apparently analyzing security protocols and attempting to decode classified transmissions. The object demonstrated understanding of human cryptographic methods that exceeded the capabilities of most Earth-based intelligence agencies. 3I Atlas shows preferential interest in encrypted communications, suggesting awareness of information hierarchy within human civilization, reported Dr. Elena Rodriguez during a classified briefing with NATO intelligence officials. The object recognizes that encrypted signals contain higher value information than public broadcasts. Commercial satellite networks revealed another disturbing pattern. 3I Atlas synchronized its scans with major human communication events, international conferences, emergency broadcasts, significant technological demonstrations. The object appeared to monitor human information networks for events that indicated technological or social developments. The internet itself became a target of particular interest. Despite operating in space, 3I Atlas demonstrated awareness of terrestrial fiber optic communications, cellular networks, and wireless data transmission protocols. The object somehow monitored information flows that should have been invisible from its orbital position. Dr. Timothy Walsh at MIT's Computer Science Laboratory documented evidence that 3I Atlas was analyzing internet traffic patterns, social media trends, and digital communication protocols with sophistication that suggested advanced artificial intelligence capabilities. The scanning patterns correlate with major internet events, viral content, breaking news, technological announcements, Walsh reported. 3I Atlas appears to be conducting real-time analysis of human information networks and adjusting its surveillance priorities based on digital content significance. Global Positioning System satellites provided unexpected insights into 3I Atlas's scanning methodology. The object demonstrated precise knowledge of GPS constellation positioning, orbital mechanics, and signal timing protocols. 3I Atlas was apparently using human satellite networks as reference points for its own navigation and targeting systems. 3I Atlas has mapped our entire satellite infrastructure, concluded Dr. Liu Wei at the Beijing Institute of Space Technology. The object knows the position, function, and operational parameters of every artificial satellite orbiting Earth. We're being surveilled by intelligence that understands our space-based technology better than many of our own engineers. The most disturbing discovery emerged from analysis of 3I atlases scanning frequency selections. The object demonstrated knowledge of classified military frequencies, emergency communication channels, and restricted scientific instrument networks that weren't publicly documented. 3I Atlas is monitoring frequencies that are classified at the highest security levels, reported General Patricia Morrison during a joint briefing with the Pentagon and NASA. The object possesses information about human communication systems that exceeds the security clearances of most government officials. Pattern recognition analysis revealed that 3I Atlas was building comprehensive databases of human technological capabilities, organizational structures, and communication patterns. The scanning protocol represented systematic intelligence gathering that suggested preparation for something. Each scan cycle generated approximately the galactic census. Hidden within 3I Atlas's data transmissions, astronomers discovered something extraordinary, a catalog of 847 other civilizations. The revelation emerged during routine analysis of 3I Atlases scanning data at the Jodrell Bank Observatory. Dr. Rebecca Thompson was investigating anomalous signal structures when pattern recognition algorithms identified coordinate systems that didn't correspond to any known star catalogs. The mathematical sequences weren't random noise, Thompson explained during her presentation to the Royal Astronomical Society. They were stellar coordinates, precise galactic positioning data for 847 star systems, each marked with technological signatures that indicated intelligent civilizations. The galactic census hidden within 3I Atlas's transmissions represented the most significant discovery in human history. Humanity wasn't alone in the universe. We were apparently one entry in a comprehensive catalog that spanned thousands of light years and included nearly 1,000 intelligent species. Dr. Jill Tarter, veteran SETI researcher, led the international team tasked with analyzing the galactic catalog. Working with cryptographers, astronomers, and linguists from around the world, her team decoded a database that redefined humanity's cosmic perspective. Each catalog entry contains detailed information about stellar systems, planetary configurations, and technological signatures. Tarter reported to an emergency session of the International Academy of Astronautics. 3I Atlas isn't just monitoring Earth. It's maintaining comprehensive records of intelligent life throughout our galactic region. The catalog entries revealed disturbing patterns. Civilizations were classified according to technological development levels, social organization structures, and what appeared to be threat assessment categories. Humanity was designated as Category 7, developing technology, social fragmentation, monitoring required. The classification system suggested that 3I Atlas's builders possessed extensive experience evaluating intelligent species according to standardized criteria. The galactic catalog wasn't a scientific survey. It was an administrative database maintained by intelligence that managed multiple civilizations simultaneously. Star chart analysis revealed the geographic distribution of cataloged civilizations. The 847 entries clustered around specific stellar types and galactic regions, suggesting either preferential development conditions for intelligence or systematic colonization patterns by advanced species. The civilizations aren't randomly distributed, observed Dr. Alina Kozlova at the Max Planck Institute for Extraterrestrial Physics. They cluster around G-type stars similar to our Sun, concentrated within 5,000 light-years of galactic center. This suggests either optimal conditions for intelligence development or evidence of directed colonization. Individual catalog entries contained technological assessments that revealed the relative development levels of different civilizations. humanity ranked 847th out of 848 entries, making us the least technologically advanced species in the database. The implications struck at human assumptions about our cosmic significance. Far from being unique or special, humanity represented the newest and most primitive civilization in a galactic community that had been developing for millennia. The technological rankings place humanity at the bottom of the developmental scale, reported Dr. Carl Sagan Jr. at Cornell University. We're the cosmic equivalent of a developing nation in a galaxy filled with advanced civilizations that possess capabilities we can barely imagine. Communication protocol analysis revealed that the catalog civilizations maintained active contact with 3I Atlas's builders. The database included diplomatic status indicators, trade relationship markers, and what appeared to be compliance ratings for various interspecies agreements. The catalog entries suggest an active galactic civilization network, concluded Dr. Svetlana Savitskaya during her briefing to the United Nations Security Council. We're not just discovering that other intelligences exist, we're learning that they've been communicating and cooperating for thousands of years. The most disturbing catalog entries carried designations that suggested intervention protocols. Civilizations marked as Category 1, Threat Containment, or Category 2, Developmental Intervention, appeared to be subject to active management by 3I Atlas's builders. Historical analysis of the catalog revealed temporal patterns that indicated systematic contact schedules. Each civilization appeared to be contacted at specific developmental milestones, suggesting standardized first contact protocols applied across multiple species. The catalog includes contact timelines for each civilization, reported Dr. Miguel Santos at the Spanish National Research Council. Humanity's contact is scheduled for December 2025, coinciding with specific technological and social development benchmarks that we've apparently reached on schedule. The galactic census revealed that humanity was approaching graduation from Category 7 status, a transition that came with both opportunities and obligations that would fundamentally alter human civilization. Technological signature analysis within the catalog provided glimpses of capabilities possessed by advanced civilizations. Energy production levels, space travel capabilities, and communication technologies described in the database exceeded human achievements by orders of magnitude. The advanced civilizations in the catalog demonstrate technologies that appear indistinguishable from what human cultures have traditionally described as divine powers, observed Dr. Michio Kaku. We're discovering that the universe contains intelligences with capabilities that transcend our current understanding of what's possible. The catalog's organizational structure suggested administrative hierarchy, extending far beyond 3I Atlas itself. The database was apparently maintained by intelligence networks that span galactic distances and operated according to governmental structures that managed interstellar civilizations. The galactic catalog represents evidence of governance structures that exceed planetary boundaries, assessed Dr. Rachel Kim during a classified briefing with world leaders. We're not just learning about other civilizations. We're discovering that galactic society operates according to political and administrative systems that dwarf human organizational capabilities. The revelation that humanity was entry 848 in a catalog of 847 established civilizations meant that we were about to become the newest members of a cosmic community we never knew existed. First contact wasn't unique. It was routine administrative procedure for expanding galactic civilization. The universe was far more crowded, organized, and managed than humanity had ever imagined. The Invitation Protocol. On December 21, 2024, at exactly 12:00 GMT, 3I Atlas will broadcast humanity's invitation to join the galactic collective, whether we're ready or not. The countdown appeared simultaneously on every major astronomical display system around the world, not as a malfunction or hack, but as a coordinated message that demonstrated 3I Atlas's complete penetration of human technological infrastructure. The object wasn't just monitoring our communications, it had gained administrative access to our most secure systems. Dr. Janet Morrison, director of NASA's Deep Space Communications Network, watched in stunned silence as the impossible countdown materialized on her secure terminals. The message appeared on systems that aren't connected to any external networks, she reported during an emergency briefing with government officials. 3I Atlas has somehow achieved direct interface capabilities with human technology that exceed our understanding of information system security. The countdown wasn't just a clock, it was an interactive interface that responded to human input and provided detailed information about what would happen when the timer reached zero. Humanity was about to receive an official invitation to join a galactic civilization network that had been operating for millennia. The interface contains detailed protocols for civilizational transition, reported Dr. Chen Liu at the Beijing Institute of Advanced Technology. 3I Atlas is providing step-by-step instructions for humanity's integration into galactic society, complete with technological upgrades, communication protocols, and social reorganization guidelines. The invitation protocol revealed that first contact wasn't spontaneous. It was a carefully orchestrated process applied to developing civilizations when they reached specific technological and social milestones. Humanity had apparently triggered automatic invitation sequences by achieving nuclear technology, space travel, and global communication networks. Analysis of the protocol documentation revealed that galactic civilization operated according to standardized procedures for incorporating new species. Each developing civilization faced identical evaluation criteria and integration processes designed to minimize cultural disruption while ensuring compatibility with interstellar society. The galactic civilization has perfected first contact, observed Dr. Elena Rodriguez during her presentation to the United Nations General Assembly. They've conducted this process hundreds of times with other species. We're not experiencing unique historical contact. We're undergoing routine administrative procedure for civilizational upgrade. The invitation carried both extraordinary opportunities and non-negotiable obligations. Joining galactic civilization provided access to technologies that could solve every human problem: unlimited energy, faster-than-light travel, medical advances that could eliminate disease and extend lifespan indefinitely. But membership required compliance with galactic law, acceptance of interspecies governance structures, and technological modifications that would fundamentally alter human society and potentially human nature itself. The invitation isn't optional, concluded Dr. Sarah Kim during a classified briefing with world leaders. Analysis of the protocol documentation suggests that civilizations that reject galactic integration are subject to isolation protocols that prevent further technological development. We can join voluntarily or be managed involuntarily. The integration timeline provided by 3I Atlas outlined a transformation process that would occur over approximately 50 Earth years. Initial contact would be followed by technology transfer, social reorganization, and gradual integration into galactic governance structures. Human government systems would be supplemented by interspecies administrative networks. Earth's economy would be integrated into galactic resource distribution systems. Human education would be expanded to include knowledge accumulated by hundreds of civilizations over thousands of years. The integration process represents the end of human civilization as we've known it, assessed Dr. Michael Reynolds during his briefing to the European Union leadership. We're not just joining a galactic community. We're being absorbed into governmental and economic systems that operate on scales we can barely comprehend. The invitation protocol included assessment criteria that would determine humanity's role within galactic civilization. Species were assigned responsibilities based on unique capabilities, cultural characteristics, and technological contributions they could provide to the collective. Preliminary analysis suggested humanity might be valued for creativity, adaptability, and problem-solving capabilities that complemented the strengths of classifications. The intervention tools include technologies for direct neural programming, genetic modification of entire populations, and social engineering that can reshape civilizational development within single generations, reported Dr. Sarah Kim during her briefing to the United Nations Security Council. We're dealing with administrative capabilities that can rewrite the fundamental characteristics of intelligent species. Case studies of successful interventions revealed civilizations that had been transformed into idealized versions of themselves, peaceful, cooperative, technologically advanced societies that operated in perfect harmony with galactic standards. But these civilizations had lost the chaotic creativity, independent development, and unpredictable innovation that characterized their pre-intervention existence. The successfully managed civilizations appear to have achieved perfection at the cost of losing what made them unique, assessed Dr. Michael Reynolds during his presentation to NATO leadership. They've been optimized for galactic citizenship, but transformed into something fundamentally different from their original nature. The most chilling discovery was evidence that intervention could occur retroactively. Galactic technology apparently included temporal manipulation capabilities that could alter civilizational development by modifying historical events. Species that proved incompatible with galactic society could be corrected by adjusting their past development trajectories. The database includes references to temporal intervention protocols that suggest the ability to modify civilizational history, reported Dr. Rebecca Thompson during a classified briefing with intelligence agencies. Failed integrations can apparently be corrected by altering the historical events that led to problematic development patterns. The implications struck at the heart of human assumptions about free will, historical continuity, and cultural autonomy. If galactic civilization could modify the past to ensure proper development outcomes, humanity's future, and possibly our past, could be subject to external editing. Intervention assessment criteria suggested that humanity's integration success would depend on our ability to resolve current conflicts, environmental crises, and technological risks within the transition timeline. Failure to meet galactic standards could trigger management protocols that would preserve human biological existence while fundamentally altering human civilization. The intervention thresholds are specific and measurable, concluded Dr. Liu Wei during the International Consortium meeting. Humanity has approximately 18 months to demonstrate capability for peaceful development, environmental stewardship, and technological responsibility. Failure to meet these criteria will result in external management of human civilization. The catalog revealed that some civilizations had requested intervention voluntarily, choosing managed. The transformation begins. At 2-3 AU from Earth, 3I Atlas activated systems that had remained dormant for millennia, and everything changed. Dr. Maria Santos was conducting routine atmospheric measurements at the Mauna Loa Observatory when her instruments detected something impossible. The composition of Earth's atmosphere was changing in real time, with trace elements appearing that had never existed on our planet. The atmospheric analyzers showed isotopes of elements that aren't found anywhere in the solar system, Santos reported during an emergency briefing with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. These weren't gradual changes. They appeared instantly and spread globally within hours. The transformation had begun without announcement, without consent, without any indication that humanity was ready for what was happening. 3I Atlas was implementing changes to Earth's environment that suggested preparation for something far beyond current human understanding. Geophysicists worldwide detected synchronized modifications to Earth's magnetic field strength and configuration. The planet's magnetosphere was being systematically adjusted according to specifications that optimized protection against cosmic radiation, while enhancing the propagation of specific electromagnetic frequencies. Earth's magnetic field is being engineered, concluded Dr. Hiroshi Yamamoto at the University of Tokyo. The modifications improve radiation shielding while creating optimal conditions for electromagnetic technologies that exceed our current capabilities. Our planet is being prepared for technology we don't yet possess. The atmospheric changes weren't random additions. They were carefully calculated modifications that enhanced the efficiency of biological and technological processes. Trace elements that improved neural conductivity, optimized cellular metabolism, and facilitated electromagnetic communication appeared throughout the global atmosphere. Dr. Jennifer Walsh at Harvard Medical School documented the immediate effects on human physiology. Global populations are showing enhanced cognitive function, improved immune response, and increased electromagnetic sensitivity, she reported to the World Health Organization. The atmospheric modifications are causing measurable improvements in human mental and physical capabilities. Children born after the atmospheric changes exhibited remarkable abilities. Enhanced pattern recognition, improved mathematical processing, and apparent sensitivity to electromagnetic fields suggested that new generations were being optimized for technologies that humanity had never encountered. The children aren't just smarter, they're different, observed Dr. Sarah Kim during her presentation to the International Pediatric Association. They demonstrate capabilities that suggest neural architecture optimized for direct technological interface. We're witnessing the beginning of human evolution toward technological integration. Technological systems worldwide began operating with unprecedented efficiency. Electronics that had functioned according to established parameters suddenly demonstrated improved performance, reduced energy consumption, and enhanced processing capabilities. Human technology was being upgraded by proximity to 3I Atlas. Every electronic device on Earth is showing improved performance characteristics, reported Dr. Timothy Chen at MIT's Computer Science Laboratory. Processing speeds have increased by an average of 15%, energy efficiency has improved by 22%, and devices are demonstrating capabilities that exceed their original design specifications. The upgrades weren't limited to human technology. Biological systems throughout Earth's biosphere showed enhanced organization, improved efficiency, and increased complexity. Plants grew faster, animals demonstrated improved problem-solving abilities, and ecosystems began operating according to optimized patterns. The entire biosphere is being enhanced, concluded Dr. Elena Rodriguez during her briefing to the United Nations Environment Program. Every biological system on Earth is showing improved organization and efficiency. Our planet is being transformed into something more complex and capable than natural evolution produced. Quantum field measurements revealed the mechanism behind the global transformations. 3I Atlas was generating controlled alterations to the fundamental constants of physics within Earth's local spacetime region. The basic parameters that governed matter, energy, and biological processes were being fine-tuned for optimal performance. 3I Atlas is adjusting the fundamental constants of physics in Earth's vicinity, reported Dr. Rebecca Thompson during her emergency presentation to the Royal Society. The speed of light, Planck's constant, and the fine structure constant are being modified within our local region to optimize conditions for advanced technological and biological processes. The modifications created an enhanced reality zone around Earth, where technology operated more efficiently, biological processes functioned more effectively, and consciousness itself became more acute and capable. Humanity was being prepared for existence in an optimized universe. Communication networks worldwide began receiving structured data transmissions that provided technical specifications for technologies that could utilize the enhanced physical constants. 3I Atlas was broadcasting construction manuals for devices that could only function in the modified physics environment. We're receiving blueprints for technologies that require the modified physical constants to operate, observed Dr. Liu Wei at the Beijing Institute of Space Technology. 3I Atlas is providing instructions for building devices that can only exist in the enhanced reality zone being created around Earth. The transformation represented preparation for integration into galactic civilization, but it was occurring without human consent or control. Humanity was being upgraded whether we chose to be or not, according to specifications determined by intelligence we didn't recognize operating for purposes we couldn't understand. The modifications are irreversible, assessed Dr. Michael Reynolds during his briefing to world leaders. Earth is being permanently transformed into something that can support galactic-level technology and consciousness. We're not just joining galactic civilization, we're being prepared for existence as galactic citizens. The changes accelerated as 3I Atlas approached closer to Earth. Each day brought new enhancements to human capabilities, technological performance, and environmental optimization. Humanity was evolving in real time towards something unprecedented in our species' history. We're witnessing the most rapid evolutionary transformation in the history of life on Earth, concluded Dr. Rachel Kim during her final assessment for the National Academy of Sciences. Humanity is being systematically upgraded to galactic standards, whether we understand the implications or not. The transformation was beautiful, terrifying, and absolutely irreversible. Earth was becoming something new, and humanity was becoming something more than human, prepared for a cosmic future we had never imagined possible. The moment of choice. In 72 hours, every human being on Earth will face the same choice that 846 other species have confronted: evolve or be managed. The interface materialized in human consciousness on December 18, 2025, at precisely 12:00 GMT. Not as external communication, but as direct neural insertion that bypassed human sensory systems entirely. Every person on Earth simultaneously experienced the same phenomenon, a clear, unmistakable presence in their mind offering humanity's final choice. Dr. Catherine Walsh, director of MIT's Neuroscience Institute, was analyzing brain scan data when the impossible occurred. Every EEG monitor in our laboratory showed identical neural patterns appearing simultaneously in different subjects, she reported to emergency medical response teams. 7 billion human brains exhibited synchronized activity that defied every principle of neuroscience. The neural interface wasn't invasive or controlling, it was informational. Each human consciousness received complete understanding of what was being offered and what would be required. The choice was presented with crystalline clarity that eliminated confusion or misunderstanding. Humanity could choose to undergo guided evolution toward galactic citizenship, accepting technological and biological modifications that would transform human civilization over the next 50 years. The process would preserve human culture, values, and identity, while upgrading capabilities to galactic standards. Alternatively, humanity could maintain current development trajectories under galactic management systems that would ensure survival while controlling technological progress, social organization, and civilizational evolution according to predetermined parameters. The choice is presented as complete information transfer, reported Dr. Elena Rodriguez during her briefing to the United Nations emergency session. Every human being now possesses comprehensive understanding of both options and their long-term implications. There's no confusion about what we're choosing between. The neural interface provided detailed previews of humanity's potential futures. Guided evolution would transform humans into beings capable of consciousness expansion, technological integration, and capabilities that exceeded current human imagination. But the transformation would fundamentally alter human nature. Managed development would preserve current human characteristics, while ensuring technological progress occurred according to galactic safety protocols. Humanity would remain essentially unchanged, but would develop under external guidance that prevented dangerous evolutionary paths. Both options guarantee human survival and eventual technological advancement, assessed Dr. Michael Reynolds during the International Leadership Council meeting. The difference is whether we control our own evolution or accept external management of our species' development. capabilities that redefine the boundaries of human potential. The EEG patterns from post-contact children show synchronized neural oscillations in frequency ranges that adult human brains can't produce, Foster reported to the American Academy of Pediatrics. These children are thinking at frequencies between 100 to 200 Hz, creating coherent brain states that shouldn't be possible with human neural architecture. The enhanced children demonstrated capabilities that transcended traditional educational models. They processed information at speeds that exceeded adult comprehension, solved mathematical problems intuitively without formal instruction, and showed apparent awareness of electromagnetic phenomena invisible to previous generations. Maria Rodriguez, age 3, drew detailed diagrams of electromagnetic field interactions, while her classmates were learning basic colors. Chen Wei, age 4, constructed geometric patterns that matched mathematical sequences beyond university-level understanding. These weren't isolated cases. They represented systematic enhancement of human cognitive capabilities. The enhanced children demonstrate processing capabilities that suggest direct interface between consciousness and information fields, observed Dr. Sarah Kim during her presentation to the International Education Consortium. They're not just smarter, they're operating according to cognitive principles that exceed the boundaries of biological neural networks. Neurological analysis revealed the mechanism behind the enhanced capabilities. The children's brains showed increased neural pathway density, enhanced electromagnetic sensitivity, and direct interface capability with technological systems. They represented the first generation of humans optimized for galactic citizenship. Brain imaging shows neural architecture that includes structures not found in pre-contact human populations, reported Dr. Hiroshi Yamamoto at the University of Tokyo. These children possess biological hardware for consciousness expansion, technological integration, and information processing that exceeds adult human capabilities by orders of magnitude. The enhanced children demonstrated natural affinity for technologies that didn't yet exist in human civilization. They intuitively understood operating principles for faster-than-light communication, quantum computation, and consciousness transfer systems that represented the most advanced theoretical physics concepts. Educational systems worldwide struggled to adapt to students whose learning capabilities exceeded instructor knowledge levels. Traditional teaching methods became obsolete when confronted with children who could process entire curriculum, databases instantaneously, and required instruction in subjects that hadn't been invented yet. We're teaching children who understand technologies that we can't explain, concluded Dr. Alina Rodriguez during the Global Education Crisis Conference. These students require instruction in faster-than-light physics, consciousness manipulation, and galactic governance systems that exceed human educational capabilities. The enhanced children showed natural empathy and communication abilities that transcended individual consciousness boundaries. They demonstrated apparent telepathic awareness, shared information processing capabilities, and collective problem-solving methods that suggested evolution toward group consciousness. The children exhibit consciousness integration that operates beyond individual neural boundaries, observed Dr. Timothy Chen during his presentation to the Consciousness Research Consortium. They're developing collective awareness capabilities that represent evolution toward species-wide consciousness coordination. Behavioral analysis revealed social organization patterns among enhanced children that didn't match human cultural development models. They naturally formed cooperative groups that operated according to efficiency principles rather than hierarchical dominant structures characteristic of traditional human societies. The enhanced children organized themselves according to capability-based cooperation rather than competitive dominance, reported Dr. Liu Wei during the International Sociology Conference. They're demonstrating social evolution toward galactic citizenship that emphasizes collective optimization over individual advantage. The children served as interpreters between traditional human consciousness and the galactic technologies being introduced through 3-Eye Atlas. They could understand and explain advanced concepts that adult humans couldn't comprehend directly, functioning as bridges between human and galactic civilization. The enhanced children are natural translators for galactic technology, assessed Dr. Rebecca Thompson during her briefing to technology development teams. They can explain faster-than-light communication, consciousness expansion, and quantum manipulation in terms that traditional humans can begin to understand. Long-term studies projected the enhanced children's development trajectories toward capabilities that would exceed current human limitations within a single generation. They represented the beginning of human evolution toward consciousness levels compatible with galactic civilization standards. Developmental projections suggest these children will possess capabilities for consciousness expansion, reality manipulation, and galactic-scale awareness by adulthood, concluded Dr. Rachel Kim during her assessment for the Human Evolution Monitoring Project. We're witnessing the first generation of humans designed for cosmic citizenship. The enhanced children demonstrated natural understanding of galactic communication protocols, interspecies cooperation principles, and consciousness integration techniques that would be required for participation in cosmic civilization. They were being prepared for roles as humanity's representatives in galactic society. These children are humanity's first galactic citizens, observed Dr. Michael Reynolds during the International Future Studies Conference. They're being prepared for responsibilities and capabilities that will represent humanity within civilizations spanning thousands of star systems. The new human paradigm represented by the enhanced children offered glimpses of humanity's cosmic future, beings capable of consciousness expansion, technological integration, and awareness levels that transcended individual planetary existence. They were becoming what humanity was evolving toward. The enhanced children represent humanity's cosmic destiny, concluded Dr. Jennifer Walsh during her final presentation to the Species Evolution Council. They're showing us what we're becoming, beings capable of consciousness, technology, and awareness that spans galactic distances and operates on cosmic scales. Humanity's future was being born in nurseries around the world, carried by children whose capabilities exceeded their parents' comprehension, but represented the next phase of human cosmic evolution. Citizens of the cosmos. Today, we look up at the stars and see distant lights. Tomorrow, we'll look up and see home. The final transmission from 3-Eye Atlas arrived on January 15, 2026, not as electromagnetic radiation, but as direct consciousness integration experienced simultaneously by every human mind on Earth. The message carried the weight of galactic welcome and the promise of cosmic belonging that would transform humanity's relationship with the universe forever. Dr. Rachel Kim, monitoring global neurological responses at the CDC's Enhanced Consciousness Research Center, watched as 7 billion human brains synchronized in perfect harmony for the first time in our species' history. The final transmission created species-wide consciousness coherence, she reported to the Global Transition Council. For 12 minutes and 37 seconds, humanity thought as one unified mind. The transmission contained humanity's formal They're growing up with consciousness that naturally operates on cosmic scales, while maintaining the creativity and adaptability that makes humanity valuable to galactic civilization. The transformation of humanity from isolated planetary species to active cosmic citizens represented the fulfillment of our species' greatest aspirations and the beginning of adventures that exceeded our wildest dreams. We had become citizens of the universe. Today marks the end of human loneliness and the beginning of our cosmic adventure, declared UN Secretary-General Elena Martinez during the Global Unity celebration. We are no longer alone in the universe. We are home in a galaxy filled with friends, partners, and opportunities beyond imagination. As 3I Atlas completed its mission and departed for the next developing civilization, humanity began its greatest chapter, not as humans reaching for the stars, but as cosmic citizens reaching for destinies that span the galaxy and possibilities that would continue expanding throughout eternity. The universe had become our home, and we had become worthy of inhabiting it.